welcome everybody here to McKenzie Stadium for the second half of our doubleheader, where we have the Heritage Timberwolves hosting the Evergreen Plainsmen here tonight. This is EPS Sports. Ryan Vassbinder, I'm Rodney Lawrence. We're here on channel 328, and the people who aren't in the area, make sure you have them go to YouTube to the Evergreen School District's channel, and they can find us streaming live there. So make sure you share that with people who are going to be out of the area. Ryan, these two games, I mean, the first game we kind of already talked about. This game itself, Evergreen 3-0 in league, doing real good overall this year, a real good start. Heritage still struggling to try to get it all figured out here. So this is a game that, it's just going to be about getting out here, playing these guys as hard as they possibly can, and keeping their skill guys off the field. The one that comes to mind here for Evergreen is going to be James Bethune, their running back, one of the receivers, Terrence Serion, and Ryder Kelpler, who we remember, and Thaddeus Pruitt, who all did good things in the last game that we watched.
Yeah, they certainly did. I mean, Evergreen is in a position as they go ahead and take a big return here.
Yeah, they go, and he comes back across the middle.
We'll talk about their season here in a second.
Looks like he is finally going to be roped in here. Not expecting that to be the way the game was going to be started.
Yeah, that looks like that was number 88, London Walker, with that return. So big return. That takes them across midfield, and they're going to take the ball over at Heritage's 32-yard line. So big start for Evergreen, and I mean, that's just what we're talking about. Big playmakers. They've had a great season. They're sitting 6-1, 3-0 in league. Their only loss coming to a great Puyallup team from up north this season.
Yeah, sure was.
And so they certainly control their own destiny when it comes to playoffs and that type of thing. They got to take care of business here tonight, and they're certainly looking to do so.
Yeah, on the field for the first time tonight. Starting quarterback, Jaden Baum, only the freshman. Bethune, James Bethune, the running back. Baums drops back. Has a receiver open. Looks like there might have got his arm hit on that one. That ball's going to drop short there. We're going to call that 2nd and 10. Terrence Serion, the intended receiver, and he had found his way behind the defender on that play. So
he certainly did.
Second and 10 as we line up here again. We've got two receivers up top. Bethune down here beside him. They're going to hand the ball off this time. James Bethune runs right up the middle, runs through everybody who touched him, and he is going to run hard. That is going to be a 32-yard touchdown right up the gut. 4:29 left. 11:29 in this, and we're already doing this.
2 plays, 31 seconds, and Evergreen is up 6-0.
That is going to be interesting. This is going to make for an interesting evening. Heritage is going to have to figure out a way on how to stop these guys. James Bethune ran through everybody.
Everyone.
Just about everybody on the Heritage team touched him, and he ran through there. He ran through just about all of them.
Yeah, this is something that Heritage is certainly going to have to manage. I mean, come out and get kicked in the teeth right away.
Makes this tough to deal with. They've got a kick, and it is going to be good. So right out of the gate, Evergreen on top, 7-0 over the Heritage Timberwolves.
You see the replay here, and Bethune just trucks right up the middle, and Heritage can't bring him down.
All right, so both teams here on the field, ready for the kickoff here. Heritage 3 men in the back, 1 deep, standing on about the 7-yard line. Jimenez, the kicker for the Plainsmen. Got a kick. This is going to go into the end zone, so it'll be a touchback. So Heritage will take the ball out, and they'll start right there on the 21st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Heritage starting quarterback, Owen Daly. Kenai Clark, the running back. Only a sophomore, so a young backfield. Two receivers on either side. Drops back. Quick pass to the outside. And the Plainsmen are going to be all over the top of that. It looks like he'll probably lose a yard. Jackson Graham, the receiver on that. He is not going to get any. He'll lose a yard on that, 2nd and 11.
Yeah, good defensive play there by Sammy Alanis to push off his blocker to make the tackle.
So trip receivers down here at the bottom of your screen. Owen checks his wristband for the play, drops back, quick pitch out, gets it to the running back. Looks for somewhere to go, and he is going to be wrapped up before he really gets started on that one. Not back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd and 11. They actually say 12 on the screen here, but it's not quite 12 yards. Running back sets up on the far side. We've got slot receivers on either side. Owen tries to hit a man in the middle, not able to put it on him. Graham, the intended receiver. And that will bring up 4th down, stopping the clock at 10:01. Penalty flag. That penalty looks like it will be declined, which will bring up 4th down, and the punt team is on the field for the Timberwolves. Snap, and they're going to get the punt off. That is going to go straight up in the air. And it looks like it'll go out of bounds right at about the 30. They have it going out at about the 33-yard line. So Evergreen's going to take the ball over in some real good field position. Actually, almost exactly where they were when they had the first possession here at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, we'll see if it takes them more than 2 plays to score on this possession. I think for Evergreen, you got to go back to Bethune and just see what he can do.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Jaden Baum, the freshman quarterback, brings him onto the field. This is peak out night for Evergreen in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Sarian goes into motion. They're going to fake it, give it to Bethune. Bethune right up the middle again. This time he'll get wrapped up, and he'll get down to the 25-yard line before he's stopped.
Tackle made by number 25, Ashton Brigman.
2nd down. Drops back. He gets rushed hard. He's got a man open. He tries to get out into the end zone. Sarian is the intended receiver. If he'd have put that on him in the end zone, that would have been a nice pass because he split the corner and the safety on that.
Certainly would have.
A lineup again. Hands this ball off. Bethune looking for the outside. Picks up a block by the tight end. Not able to get that around the edge. Nice job there. And that is going to be Raymond Garrison, number 40 on the tackle, who brings that in. But Bethune will get enough to move the chains. First down and 10. Two receiver set down here at the bottom of your screen. Bombs drops back. Gets it out there to the open man. And he'll get wrapped up right there at the catch. He'll get 2 yards out of the carry, out of the catch, and it'll bring up second down. Sarion and Pruitt, the two men here at the bottom of the screen. Drops it back. And this time, Heritage right there to make the stop. Isaiah James there to make the stop. It's going to bring up third down, no gain. Bethune flips over to the other side. Drops back, looks for somebody downfield. He's going to get flushed out of the pocket, and he will get sacked for the first time tonight.
Yeah, sack made by number 25, Ashton Bringman.
There's the replay
here. Bomb just unable to escape the pocket. Bringman able to wrap him up, bring him down for a loss.
4 and 11. Bomb drops back again. This time he's going to get that out there to the Sarion. Sarion makes the first person miss. He'll get knocked out of bounds right at about the 5-yard line. Good catch and run by Terrence Sarion. That will move the chains. That'll be first and goal. Looks like from the 6-yard line.
That's a big play. That's a play that looked like it was going to be a turnover on down. Sarion able to go ahead and break it in after he initially bobbles.
Yeah.
Bobbles and gets enough to move the chains.
Bomb takes a snap, drops back. This time hands it to Bethune. Bethune, once again, hard run. And it looks like they're going to have him down at the 1-yard line. It'll bring up second down. They'll give it to Bethune again, and Bethune will get in for the touchdown. Clock stop at 6:05. Evergreen with another touchdown here, 13-0.
Looks like I don't see a flag, but there looks to be some discussion.
Let's see here. There is a call against Evergreen. We'll see what it's going to be here. Nope, that's going to be on Heritage. We have got the catch, the hold and the kick, and that is going to be good. So Evergreen able to push the score to 14 points. 6:05 left to play in the first quarter. Evergreen doing all they need to do at this point. And here's this one for Sarion.
Yeah, the impressive Sarion was able to go ahead and bring that in. bobbled it away from his body. And not only that, be able to make a play out of it to get the first down.
Yep.
And here's a touchdown run from Bethune. Find a nice big hole.
So the penalty against Heritage will be assessed here at the kickoff. So the 5-yard variety, they'll move it up to the 45 and kick it from there. Break the huddle here. Jimenez handling just about all the kicking responsibilities tonight. And that is going to be kicked into the end zone as well for a touchback. So Heritage back on the field at their 20-yard line, first down and 10. Slot receivers on either side. Takes the snap, drops back, gets the ball out to the receiver, finds some room on the outside, and he'll get run out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. Dakari Bradford, the receiver. Stack formation on either side. This time he's going to hand it off, and he'll get down across. He will get enough to move the chains, and it'll be the first down for the Heritage Timberwolves. Kenai Clark, the ball carrier. Trip receivers on the far side of the screen. Gets it out, good catch, turns it back up inside, and we'll get a couple of yards, but we're going to have a penalty flag.
A tackle made by Elijah English. We'll see what the penalty is for.
Jonas Ferguson, the receiver on that. And we're going to get a holding call.
See the replay here. Yep, I would say that's the hold right there.
Yeah, that's Luke Melvin who gets caught for that, number 8. So that hold, back him up 10. First down. Stack receivers over the end of the boundary. They're going to hand this one off. Clark. Clark will get 7 yards on that, get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up second down. Kind of a wildcat type of an offense right there. And we've got a late flag that comes in. Looks like he'll get right back to the line of scrimmage. Joshua Mitchell, number 21, in for the Wildcat, playing quarterback.
Yeah, it looks like as though Daly bobbled the snap there, just kind of threw the timing off for that play.
Yeah. Shakarian Rencher, number 22, in the backfield with him. So it looks like Mitchell is going to stay in there as the quarterback for this series. Rencher flips over to the other side. Gets the ball out to his running back, who's flared out. He'll make the catch, but won't get much more than that afterwards. Looks like he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. That'll bring up fourth down, and that should bring the punt team back on the field for the Heritage T-Wolves.
Heritage had some momentum going, and then penalties just really stalled them.
That one penalty, that holding hurt them. Josh Mitchell, also the kicker. This one a lot better, end over end, but it's going to be caught right at the 40. And that's alumni who gets back across midfield before he is run out of bounds. Nice catch there by Owen. Says he just, because that was an end over end. Those aren't necessarily real easy to catch.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of like the bounce off your shoulder pads.
Well, either bounce off his shoulder pad, and he didn't catch it into his body either. He got that with his hands, and he was able to make a good return out of it.
So he'll take that ball back into Heritage territory, and they'll take the ball first and 10 from the 43-yard line. Sarion goes into motion. It looks like they're going to get some movement from the defensive line there that will help them out. Move it halfway. Still first down. Bomb sets him in. Once again, Sarion in motion. Fly sweep. Good, picks up a good block from the outside receiver, and he'll get run out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. Nice 7-yard run. That'll be enough to move the chains. First down and 10 for the Evergreen Plainsmen. And we're going to hand this one. Bethune gets it, finds a crease, gets into it, tries to get that outside, picks up the hit, not going to go down until he gets run out of bounds at the 3-yard line. They are going to have to find an answer for that young man.
They have to. He's been running at will all night long. You see Bethune here he's just carving his own path.
Yeah, sure is. First and goal. Bethune gets the ball again. He's going to bounce out. He's not going to have anywhere to go that time. Amari Lopez brings him down. Big loss there. Still first down. Second down and goal. Still inside the 10. So it looks like that was a legal substitution. They were going to redo the down. So now it's still first and second. First and goal, I should say, from the 2. And they're going to give it to Bethune again, and this time he is not going to get stopped. .309 left to play in the first quarter. Evergreen now has pushed this to a 3-score game.
3 touchdowns for James Bethune. Sarion has made significant contribution.
Yes, he has. Jimenez with the kick to push this out to 21. And that one is going to get through. He almost had that one blocked. He got in there.
Yeah, that one was almost blocked.
Yeah. There's that. Oh, here's that big run again. Yeah, that's just. That young man looks like he's going to be hard to stop tonight.
Yeah, it certainly does. You know, I feel, well,
Yeah.
This is where my thoughts go. I'm saying this is going to be crazy, but I'm going to say it anyway. I feel like we're watching the Mighty Ducks and USA versus Iceland the first time, right? And Evergreen is the Iceland team. They're just bigger, they're stronger, they have more facial hair.
Mm-hmm.
It's a complete mismatch out there.
Yeah,
and Heritage is struggling to find something to build on tonight.
Yeah. Good analogy. All right, here we go for the kickoff here again. The ball will be fielded just outside the 5. Good run. Does get that ball this time out past the 25-yard line. So the best field position of the night for the T-Wolves so far.
You know, they've got to work hard to minimize their penalties. I mean, they've shown that they were able to move the ball a little bit with that second possession. And, you know, if they can move it, 3 yards at a time, methodically move the ball downfield and eliminate mistakes, they may be able to at least hold on to the ball for a little bit and somewhat get back into this.
Oh, looks like back to the original quarterback, and they're going to get this out. Tried to get the quick pitch. Not really anywhere for him to go. Looks like Rencher, number 22, the ball carrier now. Four receiver set. Daly gets it to the outside, trying to look for somewhere to go. Evergreen defense does a good job rallying to the ball, only going to allow about a yard. That's number 4, Bradford. And it looks like we've got another penalty flag. Looks like it could be a holding penalty. Again, we'll see what's going to go on here. And that's going to be a personal foul, so it's even bigger than a holding. They're going to push him back 15 yards on that. And they'll spot the ball down inside the 15-yard line. 3rd down. So Heritage with a big hole trying to come out of here. receiver set. Daly drops back. He's going to get chased out of the pocket, and he will get taken down by Alanice.
It's a big sack by Alanice. It's going to back Heritage up to the 3-yard line.
And now they'll have to punt from there.
We'll see the replay here. Alanice really comes in untouched from the secondary and just wraps up Daly. The punter is Joshua Mitchell.
Yeah. Heels almost on the back line. He's going to have to get that out of here quick, and he does. Pretty good punt, but able to put it right in Alanice's hands. And I tell you what, that was a strong run that Alanice just did. Ferguson made the stop, but he paid for it.
He did pay for it, and watching. Ferguson stopped, and when you got someone coming at you and you decide to stop, you're gonna lose that. You're gonna lose that battle every time, and you got to keep your momentum going. You got to go through the hit.
So 1st and 10 looks like from the 19-yard line. Evergreen Plainsman deep in T-Wolf territory. And right now on a mission to seem to score on every possession that they have here so far. Tries to get the ball out to his receiver in the flat, not able to get it to him. And that was Thad Pruitt, the intended receiver there, number 7. Evergreen with new running back on the field as well.
To me, it feels like Evergreen came out here tonight and there was all these scenarios about, if then, what if, talking about playoffs, and ultimately they knew that they own their own path, and they came out, we're going to, dispel any what if situations, and we're just going to take care of business.
Definitely. That's Rayshawn Chambers, the running back. Heritage defense all over that. He will lose yards on that. Back to the 29-yard line, 3rd down. Bomb set up again, gets the pass out there. And this time, Heritage defenders are going to be all over the top of that.
Looks like that play will take us to the end of the first quarter.
Bradford makes the tackle, and that will run the 4th quarter out. Evergreen Plainsman on top 21-0. That first quarter, all Evergreen.
All Evergreen.
All Evergreen. All Evergreen. It's I did notice, they took out Bethune and they put in another running back. So I don't know how long that's going to last, if they're resting him, or how that's going to end up playing out, if how much more time they're going to really give him the ball. But the 4th quarter will run out with the Evergreen Plainsmen behind the chains here and 4th down. So they're definitely in 4-down territory, so we'll see what they're going to do with this 4th down in about 13 or 14 is going to look like.
Yeah. And Evergreen's strategy here, it may be maybe they're splitting time between Bethune and Chambers and getting some other guys, a little bit of experience. They know playoffs are going to be coming up, and how do you get some guys out there to take some live snaps, get them ready?
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that one. right, well, we're ready here to start the second quarter. 21-0 the score. T-Wolves trying to find a way to stop the downhill roll of the Evergreen Plainsmen. Chambers moves to the far side. Brahms drops back. 3 receivers in the pattern. He gets that to Sarian. Sarian does a good job after the catch. He'll get down to the 15-yard line. And actually, they are going to say that Sarian fumbled that ball. So the first turnover here as we start the second quarter for the Evergreen Plainsmen. Good defense there. That is going to be between, that is Bradford who came up to make the stop to knock that ball loose.
Yeah, we'll see a replay here as Sarian catches and turns. The initial hit is made by D'Lo Holmes.
So they said he didn't catch it. I'm not quite sure what happened
over on downs.
Yeah. So they're going to hand that one right up the middle. Probably the best run of the night for that young man. That is going to be Clark, number 2. Melvin and Holmes. Melvin goes into motion, and they are going to throw penalty flags here. Set up here. Clark moves to the far side. We've got 2 receivers on either side here. Man in motion, and we have got movement again, it looks like.
Well, we saw it in the first game tonight with Mountain View. We're seeing it here tonight with Heritage. You know, I mean, and I'm not saying penalties are the difference maker in this game right now, but it's certainly making things a lot more difficult for teams, and there are penalties that can absolutely be prevented.
Yeah, they sure are. I mean, 2 illegal procedure penalties back-to-back here. Got to figure out who's doing the moving down there. Gets the ball out there to his receiver. Evergreen defense is doing a great job swarming on that play. I mean, that is obviously their bread and butter. I mean, Bradford it seems to be their athlete and seems to be the guy they want to get the ball to in space. And the Plainsmen are all over him every time he catches the ball.
Yeah, they are. They're not giving them any room to move.
So this will bring up 3rd down. Mitchell, the quarterback. Mitchell drops back, tries to get it out there to his big man. That ball's going to be picked off.
Picked off by number 6, Ja'Kai Clardy. And that's going to result in a turnover for the Timberwolves. See the replay here. See, Mitchell just lets it fly, and Evergreen's got him covered. The ball's overthrown.
Yeah.
Clardy's just out there playing catch at that point.
Actually, you know, if he'd have thrown that underneath and not aired it out, the way he was trailing those 2 receivers, he could have came back and got that one. He just, you know, he wasn't going to outrun the coverage on that one. They played it they were playing it real good over the top. So with that turnover, midfield, 1st and 10 for the Evergreen Plainsmen. Baum rolls, trying to get the ball out. That ball's going to get picked off by Heritage. And they're just going to play back and forth. Bradford, the one who climbs the ladder and brings that one down before it goes out of bounds.
We'll see this replay here. Bomb rolls out and he just misses his target.
Yeah, he sure does.
There to clean up the mess.
That was Thad Pruitt in the area, but there was no way he was going to be able to catch that ball that was thrown.
Yeah. So after the last 2 plays, Heritage has gained 15 yards. Improved their field position.
Yeah, they have. Owen Daly back on as the quarterback. Clark the running back. Daly drops back, gets it out there.
Holmes just unable to get around his blocker.
Yeah. Corner did a good job stalemating that, holding it up until he was able to get some help. Hands that ball off again. Nice little jab step if he gets down across midfield and down to the 44-yard line. The 46-yard line. Nice run there by Kenai Clark as he moves the chains. Bunch receivers at the far side. Bradford on top. Daly and Clark in the backfield. Holmes down here at the bottom of your screen. That ball's almost picked off. Great job there by the corner for Evergreen. That play is going to lose them yards. Isaiah James now in as the running back, number 16.
That's going to be a delay game penalty.
T-Wolves just having a tough time this first half of this football game. They're going to have to go into the locker room at halftime and come back out here and settle down.
Yeah.
And try to play this game. There's just too many things there. They're struggling to get out of their own way now with all these penalties and things like that. Hands the ball off to the running back. Looks to try to go up. He is going to get a couple of yards out of this before they stop him. Isaiah James trying to find a crease to get into, to get up the field and get some movement and push. He'll get a couple out of it, gets them into the 49-yard line to bring up third down. This is a 3rd and long. They have to get across the 40, down to the 36-yard line to move the chains. Quarterback drops back, tries to get a quick little screen, and that is going to be no-go as Evergreen is all over the top of that.
Yeah, Damian Perez just impressive closing in to make that tackle.
Yeah, I mean, he almost picked off the last screen they threw on the other side. So Perez, the one pretty much messed up this series for the T-Wolves single-handedly. 4th and a lot, and they're kicking this away. Alaniz standing on the 20-yard line. That's going to be a skip. He'll pick it up off the carpet and get it away. I'll let this one bounce. It'll take a nice Heritage roll as they pick it up on the 19-yard line. All right, Evergreen back on the field, 1st down and 10 from the 19-yard line. And it looks like Heritage is going to jump off sides and have them starting 1st and halfway once again. Bethune back into the game. Only stayed out for that last series. 1st and 5. Hands off to Bethune. Bethune tries to cut back across the grain. He'll get picked up there. Isaiah James there makes the tackle. He'll get about a yard. 2nd down. Two receivers down here at the bottom of the screen. Bethune takes it again, delayed handoff, bounces it to the outside. Gets tripped up out there on the outside and goes down.
Yeah, tackle made by Traylon McGraw. Able to go ahead and wrap the legs up Bethune.
That might have been a touchdown-saving tackle there.
Yeah, it certainly could have been. Bethune was off to the races.
Sarion and Pruitt down here at the bottom of the screen. Going to hand this off to Bethune. Bethune breaks back the other direction, trying to find the edge. He does. He gets across to the 40, to the 50, midfield before he is chased out of bounds. It'll be about a 15-yard gallop there for the young fellow, James Bethune. Right at midfield, 1st down and 10. The Evergreen Plainsmen with their names on the back of their shirt. Just kind of noticed that just now. Pruitt goes into motion, hands it off to Bethune. Bethune fumbles the ball, and it looks like he is able to get dropped back on that. Gets that back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll bring up 2nd down.
And you see, he just never secured it during the handoff.
Yeah, it looks like he stumbled trying to get it and never got it. So Bethune comes out of the game, switches up the running backs. And that's going to be Rayshawn Chambers, number 20, back in the game. Chambers slips over here to the other side. Bombs drops, has a man trying to throw a man open. Able to bring that in. Landon Walker, big catch there by the big wide receiver out there, Landon Walker.
They did a great job there, climbing the ladder. Bomb, airing it out, taking a hit. Landon just goes up and gets it. Comes down inbounds. Justin Noyon's trying to do his best to defend that and just lost that battle.
Yeah. There's a couple inches different in height over there.
There certainly is.
Chambers runs up the middle, breaks some tackles. He's going to get down across the 20, down to the 16-yard line. That'll bring up second down. Good run there by Chambers. 9 yards. Clock continuing to run. Here 3:45 left to play in the first half. Gets the ball to Landon Walker again, and he is just not going to go down.
He was determined to get every inch he could. Disappointed he wasn't able to get into the end zone.
With the catch, that will bring Landon down inside the 5, first down and goal for the Evergreen Plainsmen. And it looks like we got a timeout called. Oh no, but there we go. We've got an injured player on the field. There we go. I didn't see where that was. Fakes the ball to Ray Sean. Brahms is just going to get sacked back there in the backfield. He's going to lose some yardage on this.
Yeah, number 18, Julius Santos, able to go ahead and get the sack.
So this time it looks like that it is a timeout. Heritage is going to call the timeout. 2:58 left to play in the first half. Both teams headed back onto the field. (21-0) the score. Plainsmen hitting on all cylinders these first two quarters. Sarion goes into motion. They're going to hand this one off. Rayshawn Chambers looking for it and just does not go down. Nice little run. 9-yard run there for Rayshawn Chambers as he gets himself into the end zone.
Yeah, he just kept his feet moving towards the end zone. Found a couple holes along the way.
No, he most definitely found open spaces to step into as he just kind of moved up the field.
Yeah.
We have got the kick, and that is good. So the kicker, 3 for 3 tonight. 28-0 the score.
Here's that big play from Landon Walker. The first of his second. And then we'll see here the touchdown run from Chambers. Not really touched until the 1-yard line, and at that point in time, it's too late.
Yeah.
He puts another 6 up on the board for Evergreen.
Evergreen set up here for the kickoff. T-Wolves need to find a way to run out this last 2:52 in this half.
Yeah.
And take this into the locker rooms here at halftime.
T-Wolves will get the ball to start the second half.
And we're good. Breaks to the outside. Has some green to run into. Nice job as he gets back down to the 39-yard line.
Malachi Nash finally able to go ahead and bring him down right at that 39-yard line. See the replay here. Turnman just breaks it outside.
Does a good job stepping inside and getting some extra yards coming in under that block. Nice run. Like the big lineman down there has got a soft cast on his hand. Looks like they got to get that fixed up before he can get back out there. First and 10, 3 receivers on the far side. We're going to hand this one off to Chambers. I'm sorry, that is Kenai Clark. Clark's going to get about 3-4 yards out of that one. Slot receivers on either side. Holmes and Marvin down here at the bottom. Hands this off to Clark again. Clark tries to kick that to the outside. He is not going to.
Damian Perez coming up with a tackle for a loss. Perez having a great game tonight.
Yeah, he has been the problem child for anything they tried to do on the outside here so far.
Yeah.
And we got another timeout here. .158 left to play. 3rd and 9. So if I'm kind of looking here at Heritage's, the average of their line, they've got a decent-sized line here. Averaging about 235.
Yeah, they do. And, I mean, it is a younger line.
Yeah.
And so experience really comes into play. But size-wise, they definitely stack up. I mean, the problem is you look at Evergreen, and Evergreen's averaging about 270.
Yeah. Jackson Graham comes now into the game for number 3, Holmes. Got an equipment check here. Too much of the knee exposed on the pads. That's going to run Kepler. He's going to have to go out of the game and make that adjustment. Drops back and throws the ball. Has a receiver coming right across the middle.
That was Luke Melvin, unable to bring that one in.
So with that drop, that'll bring up 4th down. 4th and 9. Punt team back on the field. Joshua Mitchell back to kick the ball. And that ball's going to get fielded. Alanis comes back the other way, finds some room, and he is going to find the edge. He's going to get back down across midfield, up the field. He is not going to get stopped this time. And his own guy tripped him up. Or that would have been a touchdown.
It would have been a touchdown. Elijah English just getting in his way.
Mm-hmm.
Great return by Alanis.
I tell you what, that was a beautiful run. I mean, he reversed back across field and just opened up. You just watched the lane open.
Yeah. And he takes a long way around and creates space for himself. He picks up a few key blocks along the way. And I thought here he was gone, and before he just runs into friendly fire.
Yeah, he steps out of bounds trying to get over the top of his own guy. So 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line.
If there's anything positive out of that last Heritage offensive possession is that they didn't have any penalties that possession.
No, they didn't. You are correct. Pruitt in motion. Serion, the intended receiver. Heritage corners did a good job holding him up. Clock stopped. Minute 25. They're going to hand this one off to Bethune. Bethune comes inside, and he'll get down across the 10-yard line, right there at the 10-yard line, where they'll have him down. That'll bring up 3rd down. Clock will continue to run. Pruitt and Serion, the 2 receivers down here at the bottom. Pruitt in motion. Bronx drops back. He's going to get chased out of the pocket. And he is going to throw this one away. He was outside of the tackle box. I don't know if they're going to call it, but there is a penalty flag that's already thrown, and that's probably going to be a holding.
Probably a holding. Ramon Garrison did a great job to run him down on that play.
And they are going to do the intentional grounding call there. So that will be a loss of down. The holding was declined, and here we go. They'll show it again.
Yeah, you see Garrison just
he
moving
never,
off his block. And
yeah, that is intentional grounding. He didn't even throw it upfield. It didn't get past the line of scrimmage either.
Yeah.
So with that, 23 seconds left to go in the first half. Evergreen's going to call a timeout.
Yeah, so Evergreen's going to call a timeout. 23 seconds remaining. They've got the ball. It looks like it's going to be about third and about 17, it looks like. Maybe 3rd and 20, excuse me. With that penalty, it did include loss of downs, so that brings up 4th and 20. This brings up a big defensive play for the Heritage Timberwolves to get some sort of momentum before they go into the locker room at halftime. And they're going to go ahead and bring out the kicker, Kevin Jimenez, as he attempts a 44-yard field goal. And the kick is up. It does have the distance, and that is going to be good for a score. Big 44-yard field goal by Kevin Jimenez for the Plainsmen. And that's going to push the score to Evergreen High School 31, Heritage 0. Come back with 18 seconds to play in this first half. If you're Evergreen, that's a great thing to see going into the playoffs, knowing you have that weapon in your arsenal. Not a lot of schools have a kicker that can put a 44-yard field goal on target. Decent return there. Returner being Traylon McGraw. And Heritage is going to go ahead and take over the football at the 28-yard line with 8 seconds left to go in this half. Heritage comes out with a 4-receiver set. 2 slot receivers. Ball's handed off to Kenai Clark. Clark trying to make something happen. Makes it out to the 30-yard line. And that's ultimately going to go ahead and bring the first half to 0-0. As we come into the halftime, Evergreen Plainsman 31, Heritage Timberwolves 0. We're going to go ahead and send it down to the booth. Rodney Lawrence, Matt Griffin, going to have a little halftime show. We'll see you back for the second half.
Matt Griffin alongside Rodney Lawrence for our halftime show as the Evergreen Plainsmen lead the Heritage T-Wolves 31-0. Rodney Heritage is having a hard time, and Evergreen has got a great combination with their quarterback and James Bethune.
Yeah, they do. James Bethune pretty much can't be stopped tonight. And he was just opening it up for everything else to happen. I mean, all of their skill guys are doing real good things. Their special teams are playing well. And you can't say too much about Olanise, who almost ran that one back and tripped over his own guy. I mean, the special teams is playing well. The offense is playing well. The defense is playing well. And Heritage is having a tough time trying to figure this out.
Yeah, they've struggled the last couple of years. They're still building.
Yeah.
And you said you were down on the sidelines. They've got some good athletes
down there.
They got
some athletes. They got some big kids down there. Me and Ryan talked a little bit about it. I mean, they're averaging their line. It looks like it averages about 230. Thing is Evergreen's averaging about 270.
Yeah.
And they're getting pushed around a little bit. But Evergreen is a very good football team this year, so
Yeah.
it's not taking anything away from
Absolutely
Heritage and what they're trying to do out here, but they got their hands full tonight.
Well, and I spoke to one of Heritage's assistant coaches just in the last week or two, and he just said, he knows they're struggling, but they're trying to build a culture of keeping at it.
Right,
Right.
And that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do. Understand the lean years, when it's going to be a struggle. I mean, Evergreen's on top right now, but I remember when this was Evergreen.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And right now they've been able to put something together, and they're going to make a nice little run. So it's their turn.
Yeah, we said they don't call them hat tricks in football, but this is the second game in a row where James Bethune has scored at least 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. He is a tough guy to stop, and he runs hard. He runs downhill. He's always falling forward. He's a senior, so he gets it. He's got the football IQ, and he's playing real good football right now, and he ought to take them deep into the playoffs.
Yeah, what do you think the playoff run will look like for them?
The one loss they had was from a team up north, and that's where we've always kind of struggled a little bit, is when we get up there and start meeting those kinds of teams. But the talent Evergreen has right now and the way they're playing football, if they play mistake-free football, they ought to do well. They can make a nice little run, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming by, Rodney. Rodney and Ryan Bassbinder will be back for second half action. Evergreen Plainsmen versus the Heritage T-Wolves. Currently, Evergreen up on top, 31-0. Right now, I want to turn things over to my colleague, Craig Bernbach, who has some very important information for families of Evergreen Public School students, so you can make sure your student, or if you are a student yourself, that you get the benefits you deserve.
Hello, everybody. I've got some very important information for you about Evergreen Public Schools meal programs. Bottom line is this. It's not just about the free breakfast or lunch your student might get at school. For the 3rd year in a row, Evergreen Public Schools is part of a federal program that allows all students, regardless of household income level, a free breakfast and a free lunch per school day. But there are additional benefits that students may be eligible for outside of meal service. But you'll need to fill out a Child Nutrition Services or CNS benefit application. Take a look at some of the benefits for students. We're talking about free academic tutoring, depending on your school, free or reduced class, clubs, and field trip fees. Your family can get low-cost internet and computer access through Comcast's Internet Essentials program. And for families with high school students, there are even more benefits. We're talking about being able to take pre-SAT and SAT exams for free, 90% off the cost of advanced placement exams, and no fees for certain college applications. And eligible students, they get free or reduced ASB, sports, activities, and athletic fees. And by applying, you're helping the district's bottom line. Districts nationwide receive certain federal and state funding based on the number of children from households that are at or below the federal income level. In order for our schools to receive accurate funding and to make sure that our students get the services they're entitled to, it's important for eligible families to apply for these benefits. You can apply online with your Skyward Family Access account or fill out a paper application and turn it into your student's school. Your personal information is always protected and confidential. And don't worry, if you got questions about the application, we have folks who can walk you through the process. So check out the website on your screen, evergreenps.org/child-nutrition-services. For Evergreen Public Schools, I'm Craig Bernbach.
Griffin back with you for our halftime show, and I am joined now by Dr. Christine Maloney, our Evergreen Public Schools interim superintendent, for a little segment we are calling Dr. Maloney's One Big Thing, and we talked about it earlier today. What was one big thing you did this week?
Well, Craig set us up perfectly for my one big thing this week. I got to spend lunchtime with kindergartners and high schoolers.
That's quite an age range.
Yes, it is.
I mean, kindergartners obviously love lunch. What was it like meeting with them?
Oh, a lot of fun. I mean, it's amazing how many carrots you can stuff in your mouth at one time. But they were such a joy. They were so cute. And they lined up. They were learning how to put things away and clean up their place after they'd sat there. And they were learning how to talk to each other while they were eating lunch. And so it was just fun.
Just important life skills. Now, you visited, you said a couple high schools this week to talk with students during their lunch break.
Yes, so I actually visited Mountain View High School, and I was just in the cafeteria in the lunchroom and walking around and saying hi, sitting down and chatting with students and learning, what they liked and things that they were like, ooh, I'm not so sure I like that. And pizza was a big hit, by the way, especially at the high school level. And by the way, chicken nuggets were the hit at the kindergarten level as well. So, learning, some of their life goals. They were sharing with me they were going to be nurses and interested in, they were sharing what colleges, and it was just really great to talk with them.
Well, and we have two student representatives to the school board that were sworn in just a couple board meetings ago, and we're getting our student advisory council going, and, what these students have to tell us about how they experience school and what they think is working well for them and what they think can be improved on is just an important part of us moving forward with our strategic plan.
Yes. So belonging for each and success for all is so important, and that student voice, because they are in the classrooms. They are experiencing what education is like, and we need to hear from them and so that we can provide them the best possible education.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us. Stay warm. I brought out my own personal heater here to get Rodney and Dr. Maloney warm during our halftime segment. Now, here is another benefit. We talked about benefits of our meal plans. Here is another benefit for students of Evergreen Public Schools and Battleground Public Schools. If you have participated in student athletics, take a look at the Rigo Scholarship. Calling all student athletes in Evergreen and Battleground Public Schools. The Mark Rigo Athletic Scholarship Fund is accepting applications. Mark Rigo was a beloved football and track coach who passed away in 2018, but left behind a legacy. The thousands of student athletes he pushed to become the best versions of themselves and pursue their dreams.
His whole thing was the power of one. If he could just do one thing each day for one person, he's made an impact.
If you are heading to college or a post-secondary trade school and have taken part in sports in Evergreen or Battleground Public Schools, Rigo's legacy can also help offset some of your college costs. To fill out an application and learn more, head over to rigoscholarship.com. Let's keep Coach Rigo's legacy going by helping new generations of students pursue their dreams. The Enchanted Forest theme park along I-5 just south of Salem has been drawing visitors since the 1970s. As part of his digital arts, career, and technical education program, teacher Nathan Younger teamed up with the family who owns the theme park.
Hello, my name is Nathan Younger, and I'm just going to show you today our video game and 3D animation project for the Enchanted Forest. It was to reimagine the theme park in 100 years.
From concept to final design, students picked different attractions to build using 3D animation tools. Younger says the annual theme park project helps students develop a broad range of skills that they'll need in a number of digital arts careers.
They're learning how to make 3D models that they can either use for theme park design or video game design. They can use it for 3D animation. They're learning how to use Photoshop to draw, do concept art, and also do textures and lighting. They're learning how to animate and kind of visualize, like either for video game or animation or theme park design. So it really kind of gives them over so many different industries, graphic design, 3D animation, video game design, content creation, that they're learning all of those different skill sets.
Students say the project pushed them to learn new skills in a variety of 3D animation programs.
Yeah, you gotta have patience. Like, you can't just put in a cube and then say, make it turn into a theater. So, you gotta sculpt things, you gotta learn how to do new things, like inserting edge loops and stuff. That was new. So yeah, you gotta have a lot of patience with 3D modeling and with even putting it into Unreal Engine. I didn't understand it at first. It was such a
I think about
14 lights before I could finally see something inside. So I was trying to take photos of the inside of the haunted house. Like, and even then I couldn't fully get it because some of the photos and textures weren't wanting to render. So I think that's probably the hardest part.
And perhaps the greatest compliment of all came from the Enchanted Forest theme park family who judged each team's design.
First, let's say, this was really hard to choose. You're all so creative and talented. So even though we picked, it was very hard. You were all really good.
Hello, welcome to the EPS Inspires Update. I'm Craig Birnbeck. And for many kids, recess is a place to have fun and release stress. But for others, it can be overwhelming, and sometimes there can be a disagreement about game rules or who won or who lost. Well, over at Riverview Elementary School, thanks to some very intentional work from staff and student support, many more Roadrunners are enjoying their recess time.
You gotta go in.
This recess at Riverview was a brand new adventure.
Oh, I think that was good.
This is our first ever stay and play.
A stay and play recess means that the students stay after school and wait for their parents and family members to join them for a very special recess.
I like that they have these kind of things. They didn't have these kind of things when I was a kid, so it's nice to be able to share with her different things and play a little bit of basketball.
I like showing my mom the different games that we now play a lot.
She's pretty good, isn't she?
She had beaten me at basketball a lot of times.
It's just great to see kids in their element in a beautiful, safe space.
And it's a space and a recess that's been redesigned at Riverview.
We have partnered with Playworks to help engage our students more on the playground in a structured way where kids know what the games are, they know how to problem solve, they know how to be more inclusive with each other.
Riverview is one of 4 EPS elementary schools that received a grant to partner with Playworks, a nonprofit that helps kids build life skills through play.
So it's just creating small opportunities to play throughout the day. Kids can learn to work together, they can learn conflict resolution, they can learn empathy, they can learn how to work together as a team.
To help with structure, Riverview has some basic overall rules, and each game's instructions are clearly spelled out.
If the people don't know how to play some games, that it's just right there.
We have less equipment out, but we have more things happening, more options for kids.
And if the younger kids need help during a regular recess, there are 5th grade and junior coaches ready to step in. What's a junior coach?
It's a person that is a good role model and watches after the little kids in recess.
I love the fact that seeing kids smile the whole time while playing all the time.
And this isn't just about recess.
Because they've played so hard and they've done all the problem solving, when they come into the classroom, they're ready to learn. And also they're bringing those strategies that they learn on the playground into the classroom.
The new recess is definitely student approved. Is this better for kids?
Yeah. It's safer and it's funner.
The partnership with Playworks is designed to be temporary, as their goal is to build up each school's capacity to be able to maintain and grow the recess plans on their own. For Evergreen Public Schools, I'm Craig Birnbeck.
On behalf of myself, Matt Griffin, and the rest of the EPS Sports team, thank you for joining us tonight for our doubleheader here from McKenzie Stadium. We have second half action with the Evergreen Plainsmen and the Heritage Timberwolves coming up in just a couple of minutes. Thanks for tuning in.
All right, we want to welcome you guys back here to Vancouver's McKenzie Stadium, where the Heritage Timberwolves are hosting the Evergreen Plainsmen. Score 31-0 right now. And the first half, if you guys weren't able to see that, was all Evergreen. Heritage did not really have anything for them at all in that first half of play here, and we're hoping that there was some significant chalk talk there that was going to at least be able to slow this run down for the Evergreen Plainsmen and the Heritage Timberwolves be able to put some points on the board.
Yeah, you hope there was something said that inspires this Heritage team to come out with a little bit different look, right? Something. I mean, to find a positive in everything, right? That last defensive stand, they forced Evergreen to kick a 44-yard field goal, which Kevin Jimenez hit right through the dead center of the uprights. So props to him. But Heritage did go ahead and make a defensive stand where they could. Their previous offensive possession, they were able to go penalty free. So there's a little bit of positive things that you can build off of, and they're just going to have to continue to build off things like that to get through to the end of this game.
Yeah, and they get the ball at the start of the third quarter, so hopefully they'll be able to eat up some clock and put some points on the board here. I want to let everybody know you are watching EPS Sports. I am Rodney Lawrence, Ryan Vassbinder. We are on channel 328. And if you have folks out of town or out of the area, they can go to the Evergreen School District's channel on YouTube and hit for the live stream, and you can watch it live from there as well. And we have a kickoff. They're going to keep that one low on the ground. It's going to take a weird bounce, and Heritage is going to take the ball right there on the 25-yard line. Heritage has been switching off quarterbacks here in the first half between Owen Daly and Josh Mitchell. So both of those guys sharing the responsibilities of running the offense. Daly will come back in as the quarterback in the starter here of the third quarter, as well as the running back, Kenai Clark. Ball handed off to Clark. Clark's going to push himself across the 30 down to the 31-yard line. Set up with receivers. They're going to give it to Clark again. Clark finds some space as he gets down across the 40-yard line this time. That will be enough to move the chains. Good two runs there by the running back, Clark.
Yeah, absolutely.
First and 10 from the 40. Trips bunch formation down here at the bottom of the screen. That ball's going to get bobbled, and Daly is just going to sit down on that one. And they're going to lose about 4. Bring up third down. Trip receivers down here at the bottom. Clark lines up on the other side. Clark's going to take this, looks to bounce out, steps inside. It's caught in the grass. Looks like he'll get about 3 of the 4 that they just lost, and that'll bring up third down. Like everybody has the play here, checking their wristbands. Line up here. We've got 2 receivers down here at the bottom of the screen. Looks like he possibly may have changed the play. Jackson Graham down here at the bottom.
Yeah, that's going to be delay game.
So that's kind of what we were talking about, these types of things. This is a delay of game, muff snap. They were on a roll.
Yeah, they were.
A two-play roll, but,
No,
they were moving the ball.
Yeah.
And then, this makes it real tough. Third and this many is a tough thing to come back from.
Well, I think a lot of it just comes down to awareness.
Yeah.
That delay of game call.
Tried to lay out there and get that, not able to bring it in, but definitely good effort.
That delay of game call, I'm sitting there and I'm watching Owen Daly, and there was no urgency. It's like he didn't think to look up, to take a peek at the play clock, that type of thing, and those are the mistakes that need to be mitigated.
Yeah, no, I hear you. All right, well, with that, that'll bring up fourth down. Evergreen, the opportunity to get the ball in some good field position once again. Isaiah Alaniz picks this one up again. Looking for the corner, and he's going to stumble and then just come and flip up and go the other way. Then he'll be brought back. This young man is just coming back the other way. He has found open field now. This young man is going to go all the way back. There are no penalty flags on the field until right then. And not quite sure what that penalty is for, but
we'll see what the officials come up with here, but a great run by Alaniz.
Yes, it was.
No one getting in his way with this return.
Let's see what the so it is going to be a touchdown. And that is going to be against the Plainsmen. So they'll assess that penalty at the kickoff. I don't know if that was that kind of a celebration as he went into the end zone. There was two of them kind of running side by side, so
it could have been.
I know they need to quit kicking it to him.
Yeah,
So Evergreen's going to go for two on this one. And who is the ball carrier on that? That looks like that was Dylan Steinroots, number 18, the ball carrier there. Took a big pop. Let's see if we're going to see it here. Well, here's the kickoff. I mean, the punt return. Well, he stumbles right there, goes back the other direction, picks up a good block, almost gets face masked on that one and comes back the other direction.
Yeah, and he just had, I mean, there's
oh,
no one there.
That was it, the high five. I'm sure that was the high five at the 5-yard line.
That'll do it.
That'll get the penalty.
That'll do it.
Yeah. And the rain starting to come down here. We thought maybe we were going to get through both games tonight without the rain coming down, but it has started as we start the third quarter. With that penalty, Evergreen will be kicking from their own 25-yard line. And we're good. Picks it up off the skip off the carpet. And chasing for the corner. He is trying to get the edge. He does make it. And he is going to get across the 45, down to about the 46 before he gets brought down.
Your returner, Jacob Karpiuk.
So this series is Josh Mitchell in his quarterback. Kenai Clark still is the running back. Four receivers in the field. Clark takes the ball. Pushes right up the middle. He'll get it across midfield. Down to the 49-yard line. T-Wolves in Evergreen territory, second down. Three receivers on the far side. Hands this off to Kenai again. Clark. Good run there by Kenai Clark. Doesn't get touched until he reaches the secondary. He'll be able to move the chains on this run.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Heritage is able to go ahead and keep this momentum going. We've seen this before where Clark has made two great runs. They're able to move the chains, and then they kind of stall out.
Yeah. We'll see here what's going to happen. Kenai comes out of the game. Rentner to replace him, hands it to Rentner. He will get across the 40, but he fumbles the football. We'll see if they're going to say that he was already down. Nope, and they're saying that that is a fumble. And it was recovered by English, number 21.
Unfortunately, that's been the story tonight for Heritage. You get a little bit of momentum, and then something happens, and it just kills it, right? Whether it's penalties, this time it was a fumble, and, it's just hard to keep your head up in moments like that.
Yeah. All right, Evergreen comes out with a two-back setup this time. And they're going to hand it off. This time the Heritage defense does a good job stringing that out. Perez, the running back, not able to get much out of that at all. They do let him get back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll bring up 2nd and 10. So Perez and Bethune, the two split backs in the backfield. Perez goes into motion. They're going to hand this to Bethune. Bethune finds the edge, splits the blockers, and he is going to have a tackler run underneath him right there and drop him at about the 35-yard line. They'll set the chains, and that'll be at the 36. First down and 10 from there. This time Perez gets it. Perez jumps up, gets down across the 30. They'll put him right, they'll spot the ball right there on the 30-yard line. Nice little jump cut but for Perez to get himself into some open space and get extra yards out of it. Second down. Perez in motion. Bethune takes the ball again. Same play. This time he is going to get run out of bounds. Right there about the 15-yard line. That will move the chains. Bethune checks out of the game.
I mean, he's been running hard all night. It's certainly been impressive to watch him run.
Yeah, it sure has. Kind of reminds you of the Kelso running back we watched here in the first games today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just how hard he's running. Man in motion, hands it off on the fly sweep. That is going to be Terrence Sarion. Sarion looking for his open and reverses field. Picks up a block as he finds the edge. And he'll get ran out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Well, no, I'm sorry, but the 5. But there is a late penalty flag. See what the penalty is going to be here. Trip somebody?
That's what I see. So it was tripping penalty against the Plainsmen.
Well, that will back them all the way up. Back across the 25. "27-yard line they're going to stop at. First down from there. Hands this ball off. That's going to be Chambers. Nowhere to go. Well, Chambers will get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. Second down. Sarion and Pruitt line up and down here at the bottom of your screen. Bethune back in the game, and we are going to get a timeout call here before we get a delay of game, it looks like. Clock stopped at 3:44 left to play in the third quarter. This clock has moved pretty fast in the third quarter. Not a whole lot of ball throwing, just running the ball type situations.
Yeah, both teams have kept the ball on the ground, keep the clock moving.
Alrighty, both teams on the field here. Bethune back in the lineup here. Sarion and Pruitt. Two receivers down here at the bottom. Looking for Landon Walker to be there to run underneath that. He was not. That'll bring up third down.
Yeah, Walker had his defender beat Baum just couldn't quite get it to him.
So that incomplete pass will stop the clock at 3:27. Two receivers up top now. And they're going to get that out to Sarian. Sarian makes a nice little jab step. Bradford there to bring them down.
They'll set up 4th down. We'll see if they bring out Jimenez for another field goal or if they decide to go for it on 4th and 4. Here's a replay. Baum finding Sarian. Sarian just taking a step inside. Find a lane. Good little run, just short of the 1st down marker.
And they are going to go for it here. They need to get to the 8-yard line to move the chains. And it looks like Evergreen is going to get backed up 5 on this one. The 4th and 5 is going to become 4th and 10. Still not bringing out the kicking team. And they're going to go ahead and go for it. And it looks like they're going to get to 5 yards back.
I have a feeling that's what they were trying to do the first time, except they fooled themselves.
Right. All right, so here we go. Same as it ever was. And that time, looks like Bethune moved a little early.
It does appear that way. And it will be a false start, so we are back to 4th and 10.
We're just going to keep doing this. We'll just keep doing this.
If you're the Evergreen coach, you just have to be livid right now.
I know, right? When you're playing this well, mental mistakes is something you do not want to have to deal with. Drops back, puts 4-man in the middle, makes the catch. That is going to be Thaddeus Pruitt.
Big catch for Pruitt there, going down to the ground to make the play. Picks up the 1st down. See here, Baum comes under pressure. He still is able to go ahead and make the throw. He finds Pruitt right in the basket.
You know, sometimes you forget that Baum is only a freshman.
Yeah.
And he's doing the types of things that he does out there. I mean, the defender was coming right at him, and he stood there.
He stood there, and he took it.
And he stepped into that one and put it on him.
Yeah.
1st and 10 from the 3-yard line.
Looks like they brought number 19, Christine George, into the game for Evergreen.
And they're going to give it to this individual again. So that is what they're going to be doing. Go forward, it looks like. When they score, they're going to give it, because this is the 2nd time. And I do believe that is a young lady out there playing for them. So now all rules apply here for the running clock for the remainder of the game, unless Heritage is able to put some points on the board.
That would be the case.
And that ball's going to go out of bounds, so Heritage will get the ball on the 35-yard line. Like Owen Daly be the quarterback for this series. And Kenai Clark, the running back. Four receiver set. Quick pitch on a fly sweep, trying to find the outside, and we are going to have another holding penalty that is going to bring that run back. And the receiver there on the outside kind of tied up. It looks like that was Kepler, number 4, who got held on that play. Three receiver set down here. They're going to hand this off to Clark. Clark's going to get down across the 30, down to the 31-yard line, looks like. Second down.
See the replay here. Clark able to find the lane. I mean, I'd be interesting. I don't have it in front of me, right? But how many of his carries have gone for a 5-6 yard carry tonight? He's been fairly successful.
Yeah, sure has been.
As it comes into that.
That play, nice run downhill by Clark will run out the third quarter as now we get into the fourth quarter. 43-0 the score. So Evergreen has kind of, I mean, it's not as intense as it was the first two quarters, but they're just still have all the momentum and are definitely in control of what's going on here in this second half as well.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I mean, I feel like they came on with a game plan, and they have certainly executed that tonight, even as they, they're well on their way to winning this football game, right? The intensity certainly has died down a little bit, but they're still executing, right? They still have a vision and things that they're trying to do, and they're able to do that.
Daly's going to get chased out of the pocket. He will get the sack. They're going to say he's already down, though. So no turnover here. Just a loss of yards. All right, set up again here. Clark in the backfield. Gets the handoff, fakes the handoff to him, gets it to his receiver on the outside. He'll get up the field. Looks like about the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
Jason Whedon wanted to push him out of bounds.
Trying to go for the man out there. Oh, almost there to make the catch. Not able to bring that one in. Holmes, the intended receiver, and they'll turn this ball over on downs.
Yeah, good defensive play there by Elijah English, number 21 for Evergreen, to break that one up. That turnover on downs will certainly give Evergreen good field position as they take over the ball.
Yes, it sure will. Evergreen will take the field here. And it looks like they do have a new quarterback on the field. And a new running back. Malachi Hodges, the running back. That is number 18.
Replay here, Hodges just running into traffic. Looks like that was number 54 for Heritage, Michael Lale, coming up with a stop.
Hodges caught in the backfield. Number 34 there to make the tackle. It doesn't look like we have a number 34 on the roster, so we can't give you his name. But a big loss on that play. And that's going to bring up third down and 13, I should say. Drops back, makes the... And the catch is going to be made. He'll be slung back from there.
It's Justin Noyons bringing him down to the turf.
Zach Grinnell, number 17, the receiver on that play.
And Noyons just able to close him down.
Play gets him inside the chains, but he's still a long way to go. Fourth and about 8. Tries to hit Burnell again on a quick post, not able to, so Evergreen will turn that ball over on downs. So it looks like Evergreen has definitely decided that they, looks like that's probably JV kids in there getting some Friday night run.
Yeah, it seems to be that way, getting them some time.
And that does look like a new defense on the field as well. Mitchell, the quarterback. And Evergreen there to make the stop after a couple of yards. Graham gets down to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, tackle made by number 16, Tony Hobson.
Yeah, I'm walking out right now. Yeah. Mitchell hands the ball off. That is going to be Kenai Clark.
That'll be enough for the first down.
Mitchell steps back. Two receivers. Makes the catch right there in the middle of the field. Holmes, the big catch right there in the middle of the field. That'll move the chains. So Mitchell to Holmes.
And Mitchell finds Holmes running the route, having some open space. Holmes able to bring it in over the middle of the field. And
great spot to catch him in.
Moves the chains again.
Mitchell drops back, looking for somebody downfield. Gets the receiver underneath, coming across. And he'll get wrapped up right there at around the 28-yard line. Bring up second down. Walk off some yards here. See what the penalty is.
Is that a 15-yard penalty?
Sure was. So 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Heritage down inside the red zone. And that is a heck of a run by Kenai Clark, who was able to spin out of that and get the Heritage Timberwolves on the board for the first time tonight.
Yeah, I will certainly say that Kenai Clark has had a great game tonight. You know, he certainly deserves to get rewarded for the hard work that he's put in. And ultimately puts up 6 for the Heritage Timberwolves.
Having to get all their players out there on the field. And that one is going to be good. So the Timberwolves able to get on the scoreboard here in the 4th quarter. 43-7 the score.
See Clark here, he just bounces outside, right outside the tackle.
And nice just spin out of contact.
Yeah.
Great run by that young man. So the clock stops now at 12. I'm sorry, at 2:12 left to play. set here for the kickoff. Looks like we're still trying to get some more people on the field for the Plainsmen. And we've got an onside kick here. They're going to drop the ground on that one. Evergreen will take the ball over on their own 49-yard line. Line up, two receivers into the boundary over there. Hand the ball off to Hodge. Hodge does a good job getting across midfield down to about the 41-yard line. See, they got him at 44, so they'll bring up second down. Two receivers set down here at the bottom. Hands that ball off again. Nice passing. He's going to get his man out into the open. He is going to score a touchdown. And that is going to be Hodge gets a touchdown here with 42 seconds left to play in the game. The Evergreen Plainsmen are on the scoreboard again. And I do not see a penalty flag.
I don't either. The touchdown will certainly stand. That's a good run by Hodges. Being patient, waiting for his lane to develop.
Hodge is listed as a wide receiver, but doing the running back, he's a junior. So that's going to be blocked.
I think that was Traylon McGraw with the block for the extra point.
So Heritage with that block will keep the score under 50 as we get ready here for the kickoff. And here is the block.
And that's Damian Perez bringing McGraw down.
Plainsman starting to celebrate on the other side, on the sidelines over there. Well deserved, well deserved. Very good season for these Evergreen Plainsmen so far this year.
Yeah, it certainly is. They've got Mountain View next week. And then
that's the last game of regular season.
Last game of regular season, so they play Mountain View. And then after that, we'll see where they fall in the playoff picture.
Set up here for the kickoff. And he'll kick that one away. And he'll field it. Tries to come back across the field, find some opening, has found some space. Nice little stiff arm. He comes back inside and still moving it. as he makes it all the way down the midfield before he is pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, Traylon McGraw with the return.
Nice return by that young man.
Taking a big hit at the end to finally get him out of bounds.
But that will be the last play of the game. So McGraw ends the game with a big play as he gets the ball all the way back to midfield.
Yeah, we see him. He just turns on the jets. He had a couple really good stiff arms in here, being patient, waiting for his blockers.
There's a nice little pop right there he took from one of them. Great job. Well, the score 49-7. Evergreen on top over the Heritage Timberwolves tonight. Evergreen just unstoppable tonight. Heritage gave them all that they possibly could give them, and it wasn't going to be enough this evening at all. But Heritage played a very good football team tonight.
They did.
And they played a team in Evergreen that is definitely poised to go into the playoffs and do some damage. So nothing for the Heritage Timberwolves to look down about. A tough game against a very, very good football team. We want to thank everybody who joined us here tonight at McKenzie Stadium here. Friday Night Football, Greater St. Helens, Rodney Lawrence, Ryan Vassbinder, and you guys have a great night.